Forget the early round hype. These 6 late round running backs have league winning upside and barely cost a thing on draft day. Don't sleep on these sleepers. I'm starting out with Keaton Mitchell, and you are getting him in super late, deep drafts outside the top 75 running backs. So if you're in a shallow league, you're probably not making this move, but on waivers. But regardless, bigger leagues, he can win your league. Why? Well, remember, Keaton Mitchell suffered an ACL injury late in 2023. Now, in that season, he averaged 8.4 yards per carry. Of course, he's not doing that, just like Devon Achane was never going to repeat his 7.8. But Keaton Mitchell, massively explosive, and per John Harbaugh, is supposed to be fully healthy from that ACL. He will be an electrifying player. Last year, he wasn't right. He will be the change-up to Derrick Henry. And you're going from the power back of all time to one of the fastest explosive runners you've seen. And remember, Keaton Mitchell was seeing 8 to 10 carries per game before the injury. And I know Derrick Henry wasn't there, but Derrick Henry only plays about half of the snaps. Keaton Mitchell is going to have a role. So you're drafting him around running back 70. Reach up a bit for him because of Keaton Mitchell in a change of pace role could have enough electrifying work to really help your fantasy team. And we don't want this to happen. But if Derrick Henry misses time, oh my gosh, watch out for Keaton Mitchell. Anthony, who you got?
Jim, I am targeting Rico Dowdle, running back 51, late round sleeper, and he's one of the best late round values on the board. He rushed for over 1,000 yards last season, averaged 4.7 yards per carry from week 4 on, and quietly posted 13.8 fantasy points per game over the final 14 weeks of the year. And his workload ramped up late. He averaged 20 carries per game from week 12 through the end of the year and had 4 1,000-yard rushing games during that time frame. Even with the struggling Cowboys offense, Dowdle ranked 71st percentile in yards after contact and added value in the passing game as well with 34 catches and 3 receiving scores. Now he's in Carolina, and this backfield we think is going to be Chuba Hubbard's. But Dowdle was arguably one of the more efficient backs last season, and he should be the immediate handcuff. I get it, they drafted Trevor Etienne, but I'm not expecting him to push for touches as long as Dowdle is effective. Even if he earns a 40% snap share, he's usable as a flex player in fantasy football, and if Hubbard misses time, Dowdle is a locked and loaded RB2.
I'm excited about Woody Marks in the late rounds of fantasy drafts as a running back. Woody Marks is going to be backing up Joe Mixon. And Mixon is a great compiler, and he is going to have a strong role. But Mixon's starting to age, and he may slip a little bit more. But the first thing about Woody Marks is his receiving ability. Woody Marks played receiver for a while in college. He is a big-time pass-catching threat out of the backfield. 86th percentile agility. And the thing here is the Houston Texans have a nice group of wide receivers. When they get into passing downs, when teams drop that too high shell to try to stop the big plays, Woody Marks is going to be a great check down for CJ Stroud. He should have a great opportunity in PPR leagues. And again, if Mixon misses time or starts to slip a little bit, Woody Marks can have even a bigger role on early downs because Dameon Pierce just has not gotten it done. Now, if you enjoy videos like this, consider hitting the like and subscribe button. Also, we're offering 15% off all RotoWire subscriptions. You go to RotoWire.com, pick your favorite subscription, and use the code YouTube15 to score your 15% discount. Anthony, who you got next?
I'm going with Austin Ekeler, going off the board, RB55, and yeah, the best days are behind him, but there's still some value here. Despite only rushing for 367 yards last year, Ekeler did average 4.8 yards per carry, his highest mark since 2018. His receiving ability also flashed in this offense, 35 catches, 366 yards, and 97th percentile mark in yards after the catch. Now, he did miss 5 games due to injury, and there's some durability concerns entering his age 30 season, but the upside is still there. Like his 8-catch, 89-yard game against the Philadelphia Eagles. That's the kind of PPR pop you want in a late-round dart throw. Now, the addition of Deebo Samuel could cut into Ekeler's shorter targets, and his 4 fumbles last season isn't going to help his cause. But if he holds on to the ball, he could once again carve out a valuable role in Cliff Kingsbury's offense. offense, especially if Washington leans on Brian Robinson at the goal line, but uses Austin Ekeler as a third down back and in 2-minute situations. If he's healthy, Eckler's receiving upside is enough to keep him in the flex conversation.
I'm going to talk about Will Shipley here, who is often not drafted at all, even in deeper leagues. That's going to probably change, but you're still going to get him really late. Why am I excited about Will Shipley? Well, the main reason is Saquon Barkley had 480 touches through the regular and postseason last year, and we don't want him to miss time, but who knows? It's possible that Barkley could miss time. He could have, if there's another significant workload, maybe he needs a little more of a change up. But here's the point with Shipley. Who did Philly add? A.J. Dillon? He was declining since his rookie year and couldn't get out of Green Bay fast enough. I don't think there's anything left in that tank. Avery Williams, Lou Nichols, this is not competition. Will Shipley has this job locked down to himself. And that said, anybody that's in that Philadelphia backfield, sign me up. Because again, we don't want players to miss time. But in the case that Barkley does, Shipley is going to be a massive fantasy opportunity player. Anthony, who else you got?
I'm going with Brashard Smith. He enters 2025 as the RB59. He's an intriguing late-round sleeper with his unique skill set. Rushed for 1,332 yards, 14 touchdowns last year at SMU. Averaged 5.7 yards per carry, and his game speed is real, clocking a 4.39 40, showing electric playmaking in space. Smith converted from a wide receiver, and it shows. He's a natural pass catcher with sharp route running and the ability to create after the catch. Kansas City could maximize that versatility, especially if he earns that Jerick McKinnon role, which is a passing down specialist with some red zone usage. Smith is not built for heavy contact, and the Chiefs are crowded with Pacheco and Kareem Hunt ahead of him. But if Kansas City leans into his strengths as a slot hybrid and a gadget weapon, Brashard Smith could emerge as a PPR gem in the right game script.